Well, for the past week, I've been testing out Amazon's new Kindle. This is the Kindle Oasis. And I mean, look at this thing. It is incredibly thin, incredibly light, and super tiny. There are a few things that will really stand out for you about this new Kindle. First, its looks, obviously. It's a square shape versus the rectangular shapes that came in other Kindles of the past. And one side of it is a lot thicker than the other side. This is deliberate. Amazon wanted you to hold it in your hand and feel that center of gravity shift. So you didn't have to sit there with two hands holding your e-reader, which nobody really does. It's also 30% thinner and 20% lighter. And that might not seem like a big deal, but 4.6 ounces is so light that it's something you could just toss in your bag and totally forget about. Another thing you'll really notice about this is that it ships with its cover. This is the first time Amazon has done this since the original Kindle came out in 2007. It's a beautiful leather cover that has a magnetic clasp, so you can just tug on it gently and it pulls off. And I really love the feel of this in my hand, so I always wanted to pull that cover off if I had the chance. I also like that the cover gives it some extra battery life. If you don't have the cover on, the Kindle alone will last for 2 weeks of battery, but when you put the cover on, it jacks it up to 9 weeks. So you'll probably forget that you ever have to charge this Kindle. But reality strikes, and the price for this Kindle is $290, which is insanely expensive for an e-reader. But Amazon wasn't really going for the low market. They wanted to show you they could design something really cool, and they did that with this device. Of course, you're not getting the high-end features like a 3G connection and no ads on your screen for that. You have to pay up to $380 for that, and that will give you 3G and no ads on your lock screen. This is the Amazon Kindle that you're going to want. It's not necessarily the Kindle that you're actually going to buy.
Security means flexibility. The UltraLock U-Bolt Pro 6-in-1 Smart Deadbolt has features like 360-degree live fingerprint ID, phoneless entry for the ultimate flexibility, and keyless features like Auto Lock and Auto Unlock for when your hands are full. An anti-peep touchscreen that allows you to enter a security code embedded in a random group of numbers. The U-Bolt Pro is modern home security. A smart deadbolt built to make everyday life easier. Give visitors, like Airbnb guests, temporary access codes. And with the UltraLock Bridge Wi-Fi adapter, you can control it all remotely on the app. Receive notifications when your child gets home from school. Distribute e-keys to your friends and family. And the app lets you manage and view logs of who has entered. The UltraLock U-Bolt Pro is a simple and safe security solution. Your fingerprint is your key that cannot be copied, stolen, or forgotten. Dual data encryption with a coprocessor and dynamic key make every single data transfer secure. So you don't need to worry about someone hacking your door. And this peace of mind takes just minutes to install. With U-Bolt Pro, you will never get locked out or need a locksmith. Just use a backup key or an external battery if you missed the alerts. Bridget IFTTT integration syncs your U-Bolt Pro with the rest of your smart home. And use voice commands with your smart speaker.
Alexa, lock the front door.
U-Bolt Pro, the ultimate 6-in-1 smart deadbolt.
Now we're ready to weigh a feeding, where we're going to measure our baby before and after a feeding and figure out how much this little nugget is actually eating. So go ahead and you connect to your Grow by hitting the Grow icon in the upper right hand corner of your app, and the scale dial will pop up. Then gently place your baby on the pad, and this time we're going to hit Start of Feeding, the button on the right. Once we do that, it'll lock in on the weight and tell you to go feed your baby. So you take your baby and you go nurse or bottle feed your baby, whatever you're choosing to do. When you're done, you come back and on your app again, you hit the Grow icon in the upper right hand corner, and that dial pops up. Since you're already started a feeding, your app knows that, and it will prompt you to calculate your feeding. So you go ahead, you place your baby on the pad, and now we're going to pretend that this little bottle is in our baby's tummy. You hit calculate feeding. Grow will weigh your baby and then tell you how much your baby ate. You can save that or feed more if you think your baby might still be hungry. If you save it, it's automatically saved in your Hatch Baby app, so you can track your baby's feedings.
Yeah.